Hey, welcome back everybody to the live show. This is the Cryptonautic channel where we talk all things crypto. And this is the Crypto Nightcap show where this is a brand new thing that I'm starting out. Again, this week I'm just testing things out and we're going to be officially launching live next Monday. And so it's just kind of a test run. So you guys are kind of pioneers here if you guys are watching me. I definitely wanted to continue to tell you guys a little bit more about myself, so you guys know who it is that you're watching. But I'm gonna go through this again. This is just for you guys that may be tuning in right now. One of the things that I have 20 years in the financial services industry, and primarily, obviously, in legacy finance. But mostly, I've been in mortgage and real estate. Started out my career doing as an asset manager, basically managing foreclosure properties, so REO real estate properties around the country. So I managed a big portfolio of REO properties before the meltdown, and then all throughout the meltdown and afterwards. And then for the past 8 years or so, I've been in the origination side, primarily in technology department, building out software, like as a product and project manager, program manager. I manage a team of project managers and such, and we managed a portfolio of IT software development projects for our business. And so that's what I've been doing. And so I love technology. I actually went to school for technology right after high school, a little computer school and whatnot. But one of the things that I love about technology is the creativity of it. The fact that you can come up with an idea and then people get to work and you just build something from scratch, and next thing you know, it's like it works and people are using it, and it's you're innovating and whatnot. So I love that. I love that creative side of me just loves that, building something from scratch, or taking something that sucks and making it better, automating and all that. So a lot of cool ways to bring efficiencies with technology. So that's always cool and fun when you can make someone's life better, right? When you can improve someone's job, where something that takes someone let's say 10 steps or X amount of time, and you're able to automate or just improve the process and workflow so much so that it reduces the touch points, right? Maybe it's now a 2-button process, or you automate the entire thing, and you make their jobs better. And it's like, oh my God, like I don't have to do all these things. I don't have to go all these 10 different screens. It's all there. It's all here. It does it for me, whatever. That's the cool stuff, right? Because you're changing people's lives. And so that's fun and exciting. So for today, and what we're going to be doing with this show, specifically this nightly recap, I'm just going to be pulling out kind of the top headlines, some of the top stories that may have broke throughout the day. I know a lot of us may watch crypto YouTube in the mornings just to kind of get update on what's going on. But things can happen, things can be breaking. And if you're not up to date, if you're not on Twitter at all times, 24/7, you can miss some stuff. So the idea is that, you can, before bed, you get one last final, hey, what's going on in the market? How's Bitcoin doing? What broke? What news stories may have moved the market today, or what could be coming, let's say, in the near future? So we're going to be talking about that, right? Things that can impact the price of Bitcoin in the crypto market, right? And we know right now, if Bitcoin moves, the market moves, right? So, anything that can impact Bitcoin is probably going to be generally good. Now, there's alts that may, be trending against Bitcoin at any point in time, but for the most part, generally the market's going to be following what Bitcoin's doing, right? So that's kind of the purpose of this show. That's where we're going to be focused on. Maybe give you the top 4 or 5 different news stories, things that I find interesting, things that I think you guys should know about. Try to stay relevant and current with what's going on. We'll definitely pull up some charts, just kind of watch the price and see kind of where things are, and then we'll definitely be expanding to probably bring in maybe some guests and maybe do some interviews. Not entirely sure how that's all going to play out, but the idea is that, if we can bring some more content for you guys and share that with you and bring other people to give their opinions on, or maybe bring some technical analysts to kind of really walk through the price, then we definitely want to do that, right? We want to make sure you guys are informed. So with that said, let's jump into the news. Now, I have the top story of the day, which I thought was just interesting because I read this a couple of days ago, but then, the fact that he actually pled not guilty. So SBF, and let me share my screen here so you guys can see. SBF accused of bribing Chinese officials with $40 million in crypto. And basically what he was trying to do is he was trying to bribe them so that he can regain access to some of his trading accounts that the Chinese authorities had frozen just a few months back with the collapse of FTX, right? So he was basically trying to underhandedly, right, bribe these people. Hey, unfreeze my account. Excuse me, and let me get access to it. And so obviously, U.S. is monitoring everything about him. He's already gotten in trouble because he was using, I think, a VPN to game or something like that. So he's already kind of got his wrist slapped a little bit or hand slapped a little bit. But he thinks he can get away with whatever. So that's the story for Sam Bankman-Fried. Man, I hope this guy just look. May God have mercy on his soul, right? But for the most part, until that happens, until he gets there and God can have mercy on his soul, like he needs to pay. Like he defrauded a lot of people. He hurt a lot of people. And just like Bernie Madoff, these people need to be like made an example of, because more and more people are going to continue to do it, right? If these guys just get away with it and they think they can just hurt people and take people's hard-earned money, people that have lost everything because this guy had just had, a chip on his shoulder and he was a little greedy, right? So, yeah, I have no remorse for this guy at all. So that's the SBF story. Now let's look at some other stories, because I found some things that I think are really important for you guys to be aware of. So you guys know what's going on right now. There's this huge push against crypto right now, Operation Choke Point 2.0. If you're not familiar with that, we're going to probably talk about that and probably tomorrow. But I found this right here. The OCC, right, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, right? So all these guys are all connected. The FDIC, the Federal Reserve, Treasury, right? They're all together, right? They're all part of the same, legacy financial system, the current financial system. And so basically what the U.S. did is they announced establishment of a new Office of Financial Technology. Okay, just announced this today. This new office will broaden the OCC's technology focus and will help it stay abreast of the rapid developments in the banking industry. Right, so they hired a new guy, Prashant Bhardwaj. He just came on board, brand new. So he's a new hire to the agency. That's good, right? They didn't hire from within. They probably brought an outsider who maybe understood maybe some crypto a little bit better than some people that were there. So that's what I'm thinking. Otherwise, why wouldn't they have just hired from within and promoted some bureaucrat or something, right? So that's probably why I think that maybe this seems promising. But then as we continue to read, it doesn't seem so promising, because watch, check this out. So the OCC is an independent bureau of the Treasury Department. It has been under the direction of acting comptroller of the currency, Michael Su, since 2021. But here, check this part out. The OCC has repeatedly cautioned banks against dealing with crypto, particularly in its interpretive letters. In addition, it was one of the three bank regulatory agencies that released a joint statement at the beginning of the year warning banks about the risks of crypto. So, they don't have the best track record of being crypto friendly. However, they brought in a new guy. So maybe he, can actually help them from going crazy or being just ignorant about crypto, but it's the government. Don't hold your breath. So I thought that was pretty interesting, because remember, anytime that these bureaucrats and these, officials or whatever start to add more bureaucracy and they create a new agency or a new organization or a new bureau or whatever, there's just more red tape, and that typically leads to bad regulation or excessive regulation. Not necessarily bad, but just excessive, right? And I've been in finance for a long time, so I've seen firsthand, I've dealt with the repercussions firsthand of the overreach of the government of these types of things, right? Let's take, for example, 2008. In 2008, or after the 2008 financial collapse, right, there was all this, let's call it soul searching and kind of, what was the root cause and all that, right? When you're going through the RCA, you try to figure out like what may have actually gone wrong, how could we have prevented this, and so on and so forth. So one of the things that came out of that, was the Dodd-Frank bill. And the Dodd-Frank bill had a lot of different overhauling, sweeping regulations. But one of the things that it called for is the creation of a new bureau, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB. And the CFPB, under its new mandate by then President Obama, was like, hey, you need to get all these banks under control, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And it led to the creation of some, new regulatory and compliance things, and we have to, change our entire mortgage industry. The entire lending industry had to change, and it just led to just the amount of investment that had to go into it across the industry, across the government agencies, everybody, in order to now be in compliance with this all of a sudden all new ruling by this brand new department. I mean, it just caused just this crazy amount of work, amount of expense, amount of investment. And, was it necessary? I would say it marginally improved the process a little bit. Consumers get maybe a little bit more information about how much it's actually going to cost them, but did they need to overhaul the entire thing? No, it was totally excessive and unnecessary. Absolutely, totally top-heavy bureaucratic process, and it is what it is. But we have to comply, because if you don't comply, they shut you down. And this is the kind of stuff that I see happening for crypto with this OCC, that they're going to continue to add more bureaucracy and just another arm of the government to stifle innovation, block, and really just try to, siphon, I think, block innovation and the progress of crypto, and try to siphon as many dollars as we possibly can from these companies and fines and things that, they didn't even know it was illegal, and they're just going to make a law that makes it illegal, and all of a sudden they're going to have to pay, right? And we see that SEC doing that with some of the things that they're going after, projects like Ripple and things like that, which we're going to talk about XRP. So if you like XRP, stick around at the end, because I got an XRP story, so you're going to like this. Next story, Russia delays digital ruble launch testing due to lawmaking process. So this was interesting, right? Because remember, every country right now is working on some sort of CBDC. They're each trying to figure this thing out, and they're going through a lot of different pilot programs and trying to, see how it could potentially work, what are the hiccups, and so on and so forth. So I personally believe that the vast majority of these developed countries or nations are going to have their own CBDC, right? They're going to have their own currency, especially with the problems of the dollar. Now, do I think the dollar is going to lose its reserve currency status? Maybe not in the next 5 years, maybe a little bit longer, possibly, right? But besides all that, I think each country is going to have their own digital currency of their own, local currency, so that they can, do whatever it is that they want to do internally with surveillance, control, UBI, all those kind of things. If you don't know what UBI is, Universal Basic Income, social programs, social welfare, all that kind of stuff, right? CBDCs help the governments do all that. If they want to target low-income people, hey, we want to stimulate the lower economy, the lower income earners, we can immediately get money out to them. Hey, we want to stimulate people to spend their money. We don't want them to just save it and hoard it, especially rich people. Hey, we're going to put time limits on your money. It means your money is going to expire. You won't be able to use it, right? If you pass a certain date. So it's going to force, money to go back into the economy. It's going to basically use it or lose it kind of thing. So a lot of Orwellian and dystopian features, but there's good things that could come of it too. But I don't know. So anyways, that's why we're talking about Russia launch of their digital ruble, because this is actually interesting. It says the rollout of the Bank of Russia's central bank digital currency pilot is being delayed indefinitely. However, participating banks have stated their readiness to begin testing. So the banks are ready, but something happened. It really comes down to some sort of legislative process, because it says, as reported by the state-owned TASS on March 28th, CBDC pilot won't start on April 1st, as previously announced, because specific legislation has only passed through the first reading in the State Duma, the Federal Assembly's lower house. So basically, it's only passed one side of their legislative body. So they need to kind of go through that. But interesting, though, that they put that has been dated, and definitely, I don't know if it's just the reporting from Cointelegraph, which I believe has a lot of ties to the Russian market and whatnot. So I don't know. I just found this interesting. I think a lot of countries are going to be looking at, CBDC technology. And so they're probably going to have hiccups like this and delays, and, probably, as more people start to, I think as the populace starts to understand what these CBDCs could do, you might see some pushback, right? So we may be seeing, riots or protests, I should say, not necessarily riots, but just protests about the use of CBDCs. We're obviously trying to do that here with our crypto regulation bill that is literally trying to become the Patriot Act 2.0, which we'll probably talk about tomorrow as well. But anyway, so the use of smart contracts should reduce the operational load of banks and make the deals transparent, which not only will reduce the chances of misuse of government and bank funds, but ultimately simplify the control over existing contracts. So they want to, use smart contracts with the CBDC. So again, using, smart contracts to expire money and things like that. I mean, all that stuff is potentially going to come. So very, very interesting. So there are two government kind of big macro stuff going on there. Interesting thing, not necessarily crypto related, but we do have some crypto projects that are AI focused. So I would definitely want to talk about this because it would potentially stifle their projects, right? So you gotta definitely know, and I'm heavily invested in one of the projects. We'll talk about it right now. But Elon Musk and tech execs call for a pause on AI development. The authors of the letter say that advanced artificial intelligence could cause a profound change in the history of life on Earth, for better or worse. So more than 2,600 tech leaders and researchers have signed an open letter urging temporary pause on further AI development, fearing profound risks to society and humanity. And Tesla CEO Elon Musk, co-founder Steve Wozniak, or Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, and a bunch of other AI CEOs and CTOs and whatnot saying that, hey, we think we should stop. We need an immediate pause training AI systems that are more powerful than GPT-4 for at least 6 months, sharing concerns that human competitive intelligence can pose profound risks to society and humanity, among other things. So very, very interesting thing. So Elon Musk put out this tweet, and I don't know if they have it on here. I don't think so. I had it on my Twitter. Let me see if I have it on here. Come on, Elon, where did you go? I think I might have just scrolled past it. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's see here. Elon, nope. Anyways, so one of the things that Elon says is that basically he makes a joke about how, that these people are gonna create this AI, the singularity potentially, right? This awakening of potentially, some AI, artificial brain or whatever, and it's gonna be like just like, hey, that's it, I'm alive, and you guys all need to die because you guys are the worst thing for this Earth and this planet, kind of thing. So, I don't know, interesting stuff. But if they do that, if they do pause it for 6 months, what does that mean? I mean, there's so many projects that have come up over the last few years, all related to some sort of AI. And so what does that mean for these projects? What does it mean for the token price? So if you're invested in these, I mean, could they completely stop? Right? Let's just say people start selling because they panic or fear because, oh my God, we're not going to stop. They're going to stop this thing. They may not come back, and they could just totally wreck, the AI crypto market. So we need to just be careful a little bit about that. I found this was interesting, and I didn't dig into this, but I'm going to do a little bit more research. I'm just a little teaser. I'm going to do some more research on this and figure out what the heck is going on. So check this out. Mysterious entity may be collecting BTC users' IP addresses. Right, this is according to a Bitcoin developer. The entity reportedly uses a range of 812 different IP addresses to obscure its identity while collecting data. So an unknown person or group may be collecting IP addresses of Bitcoin users, linking them to their BTC addresses, violating the privacy of these users. According to a blog post from pseudonymous Bitcoin app developer Pseudonymous, yeah, I think that's what it is. Pseudonymous, whatever. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. Bitcoin app developer OXB10C the identity has been active since March 2018, as IP addresses have shown up on several public posts from Bitcoin node operators over the past several years. So what are they trying to do? Are they trying to, somehow link people back to who they really are, or at least their location? So it's very, very interesting. The blockchain is amazing, and it does have, these inherent privacy properties, but it's also very transparent in that everything is on the blockchain. You can see it all. You can see every transaction, every wallet, where it's going. And so the moment that your wallet address gets doxed, let's call it, and it's assigned to you, I mean, everyone knows how much money you have. They can then associate with all of your other addresses, right? And so they can see everything about your net worth and whatnot. And, some people say that we should, right? We should see what everyone has, and it shouldn't be hidden. Everyone should know. I don't think that's true. I think we need privacy. No one should know what I have, what I don't have. It's no one's business. That's the beauty of privacy, and that's what kind of the Fourth Amendment's all about, right? And that you're not supposed to know. The government's not supposed to know what I have. It's my personal property. What do you care? As long as I'm not breaking the law, what does it matter? That's where we have lost that in our country, in our society, where the true principles of freedom and prosperity and like what made this country great has been lost. And unfortunately, it's been lost to the hands of an all-powerful state. And so it's not, it's not a political show, but we understand the government wants to control everything that we do, including our crypto. And so we just need to fight these types of things. We need to resist these types of things because, we need to make sure that we're able to operate freely, without control, without restriction. We can't have what we had before in 2020 with the flu, right? Where they tell us you can't go here, you can't go there, you can't shop, you can't buy this, you can't that. Like, that's what the CBDCs are going to do. And that's what these government agencies want to do, so they can continue to add more controls and eliminate, privacy and the freedoms that we have. They're going to slowly be eroded little by little. So we just got to be careful. So I see this kind of stuff and it just makes it, I don't like that. Don't be looking at what I'm doing. Like, what do you mean? I'll pay my taxes, I'll do whatever, but you don't need to see everything of where I'm moving all my money. So I don't know. That's just me. All right, so you've got a few more minutes here, but we're gonna jump into some charts and talk a little bit about price and kind of where I see things going. I've been watching kind of the crypto price. It looks like Bitcoin is back down a little bit. It was down even below. I believe it got down to 27.6 or something like that, but looks like we're back up to 28.2. Who knows? Can we get back? Can we get to 30,000? I don't know. We'll see. But one more story before we go into the charts. Let's check out this last story. XRP trading volume surges to billions of dollars on South Korean crypto exchanges. XRP trading made up nearly 50% of all volume on Corebit, a prominent local exchange. And this is what I found very interesting. In the past 24 hours, XRP trading made up 30% of all volume on BitThumb, 18% of volume on Upbit, and a staggering 50% of all volume on Corebit, according to data from CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. So people are buying, they are FOMOing into XRP, and there appears to be some rumors going around that the XRP case may be settled very, very, very soon, and it's going to be very favorable for XRP. I understand that there is a mandatory sit-down meeting coming up with the SEC, where they're potentially going to, maybe come up with some sort of a settlement. I've heard that the XRP does not want to settle. They would have settled a long time ago. They want a full-on victory, and they basically want to make the SEC, look stupid, because they are, and they should. So this is very interesting. I don't know. The price has been very, very, very bullish over the last few days. I mean, look, it pumped up to 55 cents, and we're going to jump into that. In fact, let's go to the price. But real quick, let's just jump into the total market cap. So we got 1.178 according to CoinMarketCap here. Bitcoin dominance at 46%, ETH dominance at 18.7%. I do see Bitcoin increasing little by little. Could it get to 50 again or above 50? I don't know. Possibly. I could easily see this getting to 48, 49. I don't know if we'll get to 50, but it's very interesting. This is Bitcoin season. Bitcoin's going to keep leading this market, I think, throughout the rest of this year. And then eventually, we'll get some of the alts actually trying to chase and catch up to Bitcoin. But let's go to TradingView. So here's my Bitcoin chart. You can see I was expecting this thing to go up, and it kind of like just a little bit outside of the pattern, and then boom, just dumped right down. Got down to about 27,673. So it didn't breach 27.6. So that's great. And looks like we started going back up. We pumped back up a little bit to 28,390. So nice little 600 or so increase over the last couple hours, really. Let's just see over the last 15 minutes. Yeah, I mean, pretty much over the last hour or two. All right, so where do I think it's gonna go? I have no clue, but I don't know. All I know is it's gonna do something. But let's check out XRP. XRP, oh my God, look at this move. Oh my God, that was sweet. Look at that. That's fantastic, right? This is the daily chart. Let's look at the 4 hour. Looks like it's been making some damage just recently, just pumping up. Today, just pumping up. So looks like it's been coming down. It's got maybe do a little bit of a retest. Let's jump into this a little bit. So I see the stochastics are oversold. Look at, we're resetting here. Now let's look at the shorter time frame. Let's look at the 1 hour. Again, stochastic oversold. Looks, I think this is setting up for another move. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it if came out. Yep. I mean, things are getting tight right here. I could easily see this blasting up again. Let's just see the measure move. I mean, you could, depends. I mean, where you want to go for. Let's just say, let's take this. Let's see, it comes down a little bit, but roughly you're looking at 60 cents. So we're thinking maybe it could hit 60 cents. Who knows? Hey, what's going on here? Hold on 1 second. I was gonna make a line here. Make a line at 60 cents. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it could, right? It definitely could. Now it could dump down, obviously, but this is looking very promising. Let's look at the shorter time frames. 15-minute looks like it has room to move. 10-minute is moving up. 7 minutes still has a little bit of room up. 5-minute looks like it's oversold there. It may want to start cresting over. 3 minutes already on the move, but look at this thing up. Looks like the 1 minute's coming down, but look at the 3 minutes kind of been hovering up. So this thing is maybe has a little bit of a few minutes to reset, maybe bring us back down to the bottom of the channel here, and then boom, blast us right up. Because like I said, some of these others, you know, they have room. The 7 minute could slowly start to pick us up back up on that 5 minute resets. 7, 15, the 24, everything, the 1 hour, and then the 4 hour all look ready to just come right back and blast. I mean, this thing could easily get past 60 cents. But for right now, it's kind of where we're at. I mean, God, look at that. That is ridiculous. I mean, we're talking about over the last, let's just start from right here, right? Since Friday, the 17th, I mean, we're pretty much, oh, you went too far. You went too far. All right, let's press this again. So we're at right now. Okay, so I mean, it went up to, so it was a 60% increase, and then right now we're at about 46% increase over the last couple of weeks. So not bad. XRP has, I think, some room to keep going. Obviously, you know, I don't think we're necessarily going to reach new all-time highs right now, but I think, you know, I think the previous all-time high was close to like $2. So yeah, 196, so close to $2. Who knows? But we are going to have to hit. Looks like that's where we're going to have to break through this level of resistance and hopefully get above the 91 cents to $1 range. And I think if we can get above that $1 range, it'd be very nice. Very nice. I held a nice bag of XRP. Just letting you guys know, long-term holding bags of XRP. So, you know, again, not financial advice. Do whatever you want to do. Do what makes sense for you. But XRP is looking ready, like it's ready to do some damage. ETH is pretty much just trending Bitcoin, just pretty much everything that Bitcoin is doing, ETH is doing. So I'm not going to get into that, but here's the AI coin that I've been following quite a bit. So this is Ajax. Ajax is an AI project by Singularity Net. So you can see here Singularity Net, and Ajax has been a great coin for me. It's been doing some amazing stuff. I mean, look at it, pumped up all the way up here. Came back down, and the reason why I like Ajax right now, other than the fact, you know, I am holding a huge bag of this. I've been holding it. I bought it at 16 cents, so we're at 41. Things are doing well, but I like Ajax because of Singularity's decentralized approach to AI. They're not trying to be one big giant company controlling everything. They want to have different pieces of it. It's a whole project. Do your research on this, but I met some of the guys at Rare Bloom in Denver last year. And I really like what they're doing. I think they have a lot of cool stuff, and they have a lot of potential with what they're doing. So Ajax is doing great for me. I have it right now set up on one of my crypto trading bots, which I might give you guys a little bit of scoops on that. But I do offer courses on that stuff, my advanced crypto trading courses and DeFi. So if you do want some, take one of those courses, I do those live. I give you guys, that way you can ask questions and really understand it. I want you guys to really understand it. I don't want to just, you know, put an online course and take the course and that's it. It's like, no. You want to be able to ask questions. You want to be able to really make sure you grasp the concept. And so I do those live. I'm going to have the schedule. I'm going to redo the schedule for this live stream so that we can be offering those classes to the community, and hopefully get you guys, learning all about crypto bots, trading bots, as well as yield farming and different plays like staking and so on and so forth. So good stuff to come. We'll hopefully be sharing more things with you guys here in the near future. All right. So with that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, show only be about quick 30 to 45 minutes. Just give you guys a quick little recap on some of the top headlines, things that may have broken throughout the day that maybe you weren't aware of, and then give a final look at the charts before going to bed. I'll pull up any trade setups that I have personally, and then just give you guys your final good night, your crypto nightcap. And I probably will have some sort of a drink. Right now I'm just drinking water. I've been working out a lot, so I've been staying very hydrated. And that's it. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing things out there, and hopefully you guys are blessed, man. We want to keep the energy up. I know it's late night, but hopefully this just gave you that last bit of push, give you a good night rest. Make sure you get your meditation. Make sure you say a prayer. Be grateful. Don't forget to hug your kids tonight, hug your wife, hug your spouse, your husband, whoever. Tell your loved ones you love them, because life is short. We know there's a lot of craziness out there in the world. We know this tragedy that just happened in Tennessee, and it just makes you want to hug your kids a little closer, a little tighter. So with that, God bless you guys. Take care, everybody.